Hello, my Aquarian friends. I'm very happy to share your 2021 forecast with you because obviously this is my sun sign as well. So I'm going to listen to my own advice. So I hope it will bring you plenty of ideas of how to tackle 2021. Well, 2020 was full on. It was full of it was full of hard planetary alignments. But the good news is that 2021 is a lot easier. You might have felt stuck in the recent years, but it's going to be a completely new cycle starting in December 2020. You are going through a major transformation in the next few years. Firstly, the transformation is going to start with Saturn and Jupiter in your first house. Um, and then a few years later, Pluto will join and it's going to be triggering you. So, all these transits are very much about a rebirth of yours. I guess you won't even recognize yourself anymore. And this is true for your rising sign as well as your moon or sun sign. So Jupiter will spend 8.5 months in your first house, and Saturn the next 2.5 years. What is the first house? Well, it's all about your identity. I tend to call it as your identity badge, how you introduce yourself to others. Some of you might even change their names. Some of you might change their appearance because you might not have been satisfied with the way you look. Your style, your taste could be changing significantly. Some of you definitely will relocate as well. You will completely having a new approach to life. Some of you will launch new businesses. Some of you will create new profiles. Some of you will lose weight. And of course, you're going to have this Jupiter and Saturnian um, a little bit of a debate because both of them have got different agenda. So Jupiter is all about expanding your horizon and giving you optimism and faith, and it gives you the possibility to grow. And Saturn says, let's keep it cool, let's go slowly. We want to get there. That's no issue. That's not an issue. But we want to be using our logic as well at the same time. And Jupiter is saying, oh, let's just go with the flow and, let's use our six senses as well and so on. So you're just gonna have to embracing these changes, and yes, sometimes need to be smart about it, but there is no issue around it. Uranus rule sign, so you are a genius. On the negative note, you're gonna have to watch out for your health as well, because that's your first house. And with Jupiter, you can become greedy. So if you want to be going on a diet, do that slowly, because that is going to bring you the result. Don't do it in a Jupiterian way, which is all about greediness and cutting corners and wanting to do everything fast. So Jupiter, by the way, will be shifting into the sign of Pisces in the middle of the year for 3 months. And you will get a little bit of a review of what 2022 is going to bring you. Because firstly, it's going to be in rulership. It's going to be happening in your second house, so it can bring boost in your confidence. And also, it's going to be giving you financial opportunities. And whatever decisions you make in the next 1 year, pretty much going to be affecting the next 2 decades. And Mars will also change sign after 6 months being in the sign of Aries, which might have made you a little bit restless or, in a sense, frustrated by what was going on in the society. Because obviously, the majority of your transits happen in the 12th house, which is all about seclusion, retreat, and hiding from worldly matters. But it is going to be energizing you. And probably it's going to be asking you to focus on any type of duties you might have postponed in the last 6 months, and it gives you the boost to be active around your home. So it could be a great time to renovate your property, to put it on the market if you want to sell it, because Mars will be in your fourth house. Mercury is going retrograde 3 times next year, and that's not unusual. It happens every single year. But the reason why it's uh, particularly important for you is because the very first one is going to be happening in Aquarius. So you will have so much going on in the first 3 months of the year. You will have 4 or 5 planets hanging around in your sign. So that could be one of the busiest part of the year when you're gonna have to kind of maintain every single aspect of your life. But the Mercury retrograde is all about revisiting some of your previous ideas, probably your health regimes, and and anything which you haven't been able to finish, then you're gonna have to put a full stop to it. I do believe that 2021, from a relationship perspective, is also going to be prominent because there is going to be an increased personal need for freedom. It's going to be very enhanced in your life by having so many planets in your sign, and especially Aquarius Sun, who is going to be having their solar return in the first uh, couple of months of the year as well. They will feel it extremely strong. Um, well, the major transit of the year is the Saturn-Uranus square, which is going to be between your first and fourth house. And definitely you will feel it the most because both planets rule you. So your personal planets, your chart rulers, are somehow in a little bit of a tension. A square, which is a 90-degree angle, well, it talks about frictions and challenges, and somehow this aspect is trying to push you to get on the life path, what you should be doing. So let's just think about for a minute what they mean. Uranus is innovation, seeking out for personal freedom, rebellion, inventions, electricity, volcanoes. So this could be actually a time, especially January and February, when you act like a volcano. People might feel that they should be walking around you on eggshells because Mars is going to join Uranus. And because it's in your fourth house, it could be bringing some unpleasant moment within your family. They might frustrate you that much that you decide, I want to move, I want to be growing up in a sense. And Uranus went into this sign in 2018, and it's going to be leaving your fourth house in 2026. So, because we're talking about a longer period of time, these changes won't happen from one day to another. But at one point, you will be having fourth house matters going in your life, some unexpected changes in your family, as well as your place of living. And somehow this year, you get those tests. You are going to be tested by Saturn. Saturn rules limitation, tests, blockages. So somehow the family might be blocking you in being who you want to be, that authentic yourself. So you're gonna have to ask yourself certain type of questions. What is blocking you to shine? Is it family responsibilities? Do you want to break away from them? You want to sell your property and you haven't had any luck yet, or you have been trying to buy a property and you couldn't find the right one, or financially you didn't have the support for it. Well, maybe you are going to be finding the financial support somewhere between May to July, while Jupiter is going to be placed in your second house. Or you might be considering investing into real estate, and you've got this very strong urge, but at the same time, Saturn is putting the brakes on it. Or you might want to live alone, and the strong desire to be independent. So, what is holding you back? These are the questions you're going to have to ask yourself. Or you might want to actually relocate and something held you back. And of course, 2020 was a year of restrictions, the boundaries. So this 2021 actually give you the chance to do so. Um, Also, you might want to move because the neighborhood is uncomfortable somehow, or you just feel irritated within the family, or some of the family events. You might need to take more responsibility actually for your grandparents with that Saturn Jupiter conjunction in your first house, which rules grandparents as well. Maybe the grandparents have moved in, and you feel limited a little bit, not because you don't love them, but you were not used to it. Also, Saturn and Jupiter is very much about business opportunities. A new business cycle start for you. So it could be around furnishing, agriculture, real estate, lands, building something, even shops, electronics, all those type of astrology also. All those type of things are very, very suitable from 2021. Now, I believe that the world had its awakening, and you are the very first one getting triggered by this energy, I think, to somehow become the messenger of this new era. So you've got a lot on your plate in 2021, and I feel you because I'm also an Aquarian. But I think if you embrace the energies, then you can actually feel very great about yourself. Also, I wanted to mention to work a little bit with the nodes. So if you've got the North Node and the South Node, which is also going to be triggering some part of your charts. And personally, it's going to be triggering your 5th and 11th house axis. Now, because North Node is kind of an obsessive energy, it is all about the life path you should be taking. So it is very much about using the genius ideas and talent to express your creativity to become your authentic self. This is the major message for you for 2021. And probably a little bit less focus on socializing, spending a little bit more time on, okay, what do I want to achieve? Where is my life heading? These are going to be the major topics in 2021. And if you want to dive into it a lot deeper, you might also want to look at where Mercury is in your natal chart, because that is also going to be an area of life which you need to learn about. So, for instance, you might be having it in, let's say, the 10th house. Then, how can I express my creativity through my career? Or you might be having Mercury in the 2nd house. So, how I can express my creativity through some financial matters. So, basically, what to invest in, and so on. Of course, that's something I would be able to describe you once I'm seeing your whole chart. So, these are just the very strong planetary energies you are going to be experiencing one way or another. Well, exciting times ahead of you, and I hope you will be able to embrace the energy. I would like to wish you a beautiful, wonderful Christmas period, a prosperous 2021. And I would like to thank you to continuously support my channel in 2020. And I'm hoping to see you with me as well in 2021. Take care, everyone, and see you next year. Bye bye.